I'm making this video today for our dear client and friend who asked, how do I use the new Pump Airless Cream Vitamin Infused Foundation by CHANDA Cosmetics? And I said, sure, let's do it and share with our friends. So as you know, excuse the hoarseness of my voice, a couple of days ago it decided that it wanted to leave, so it's just now coming back, but I didn't want Kat to have to wait any further, so we're doing it now. So moving right along, you know that we always at Chanda Luxury Beauty recommend your skincare before you start any kind of cosmetic application. So I've already applied the Sea Minerals cleanser. I then paired it with the Sea Minerals cream, which followed up with the Sea Minerals spray, the Sea Minerals exfoliant spray, the Oceanic Hydro Boost, which is our hyaluronic acid, and the amino gel to fortify and deliver in all those amino acids. And if you looked at our last video on our amino gel, it is affectionately called the faceless facelift, faceless facelift, the non-surgical facelift in a pump. And it's because those amino acids do such a lovely job of tightening and firming the skin, and all the botanicals that are infused in our aloe is really super spectacular. So our clients love the lift factor, the hydrating factor. I mean, we all know the healing components that are in aloe vera, so you're layering that on your face, which is infused in all of our products. So you really have a supercharged, easy peasy to use, luxurious skincare collection with CHANDA Oceanic Sea Minerals. So now you can see that there's no filter on here. I'm not using any filter. This is my skin just after all the products. It's just in its raw state. But I want you to see how luminous it is, and that natural sheen, that natural dewy, is because it's hydrated deeply from the inside, the innermost level of the cell out. And when your skin is thoroughly hydrated, it's just like drinking water. Your skin, just those cells plump up, they're refreshed and invigorated, they have energy because of the nutrients, they know what to do, and so they just say, hey, let's get busy, with the energy and cycling and exercising and tone and tightening with the collagen and elasticity production that's being promoted because of the ingredients. So of course, I want to, use a product for evening out my skin tone. It's going to be fortified with vitamins, right? I don't want to use something that's going to be cakey, heavy, drying, full of fillers that are going to diminish my dewy complexion. So I don't ever go for the matte finish look. I will slightly, with just a paper towel or tissue, maybe go through the T-zone area where perhaps there's a little bit of too much sheen, too much dewy, but normally it's not an issue. So if you find that perhaps through the day you have a little T-zone action, you don't need to powder. I recommend using a tissue first, and I'll just show you real quick what that would look like. So I literally, this paper towel, Viva, I literally just gently massage, especially in the hairline. I tend to perspire in that area quite a bit. Not too bad on the nose area, but if I was, this is what I would do. And see, it's clean skin. That's quite a testimony, right? Clean. But any little too much sheen through here is gone, and I didn't clog my pores with powder. I also don't want that matte finish, and if you have a propensity to have fine lines, which is regardless of age, I've seen really young women in their 20s, early 30s start having little fine lines, and those usually are just from expression. the last thing you want to do is put powder there, which is flat, it's not reflective, and it's just going to draw more attention to the areas you don't want attention drawn to. So this is our beautiful, creamy, vitamin enriched foundation. It's really mousse. You've got A, C, and E. So we know that A is a brightener, C is a brightener, and E is a natural healer. So while this doesn't penetrate to the subdermal layer of the cell, okay, it's not bioavailable, which means it penetrates deep, deep down. What it does is moisturize superficially, okay? So moisturizes superficially, because we don't want to drive foundation into the innermost layer of the skin. You never want to do that. Nor do you want to have a foundation that says it's moisturizing and UV reflective. So it's handling all of your sun protection needs as well as moisturizing. Because if you think about it, if it really is going to penetrate deeply, you wouldn't want to bring your sunscreen down that deep. Okay, you want it to sit topically and reflect, but you do want your moisturizer to penetrate deeply. Okay, so backtrack to our skincare collection. All of our skincare contains polyphenol polysaccharides, which are natural UV and UV reflectors. Okay, so naturally you're getting a shielding from the skin naturally. However, I always recommend that you go in with your sunscreen. So I don't ever tell my clients rely on the moisturizers only. I'm saying that the polyphenols and polysaccharides are natural reflectors, as well as holding their weight more than 1,000 times of what hyaluronic acid is capable of doing. So yes, we are moisture drenched. It's retentive, it's selective, and it's progressive. So it's retentive in that it retains, it's selective in that it searches out those dry areas, and it's progressive because each time you use it progressively, your skin will improve. Pretty fantastic. So back to the sunscreen. So I recommend Neutrogena. There is another product that I'm going to bring on board. I found it actually at our professional only trade show in Las Vegas just this past summer. And I am talking with the company now to organize an arrangement of collaborating together. So its base though is zinc, and that's why I'm considering them, because I only recommend zinc sunscreens or zinc and titanium oxide, but my preference is an all zinc, and there's a learning curve to using them, which I'll go into just a little bit because it actually deserves its own show, and I want to focus on our foundation. So it's white, yeah, white, and I warm it up in my hands first. So it's like that, and you may say, oh, it's all gone. No, it's still there. So warm it up and gently glide, just as if I'm applying a moisturizer. And for you beautiful women of color, for your deeper caramel tans, I just put my palm there because it's the widest space. Blend that in. And you can go over with your moisturizer as well and just cream it out, make it a little more emulsified so it's easy to spread. And I always under the eye. And then you can see that I'm just doing it in about quarter size increments at a time. Less is more in layers, our motto. I always go over my cheekbone. I have a little bit of sunspot there because I am the generation of baby oil and lay out for hours in the sun. So I may at one point have them lasered, but my products, because they contain those polyphenol and polysaccharides, are doing a fantastic job of lightening them, as well as the vitamin C's in our product, vitamin E. But at some point, I may just go ahead and finish it off with the laser treatment. I haven't decided yet. So I give special attention to the cheekbone, the nose area, to have a spot right there from the sun, which wasn't fun. I had some sunspots developing here, and they've all gone away with just using the CHANDA Oceanic Sea Minerals collection, and some little spots here from the sun. So I pay special attention to use the sunblock there. Sorry, I'm looking at myself in the camera. I should be looking in the mirror so it doesn't look strange. And yes, you can put it in your hair, sunblock, but if you remember, all of our products contain the polyphenols, polysaccharides, the amino acids, just a host of moisturizing nutrients to keep your hair healthy and protected in the sun. And since our skincare is skin, scalp, and hair, your hair strands are getting the same beautiful treatment as far as hydration, moisture, protection, collagen production, elasticity support as your face. So your scalp and hair are being filled with nutritious nutrients as well. Okay, so now I have that all rubbed in. And for the caramel tan clients, I actually saw a YouTuber. She dumped about a $50 size of the sheer zinc, which I felt was a really unfair testimonial for Neutrogena's lack of being workable, because it's zinc, which is white. So a $50 in her hand, she touched it, put it on her face. She was very dark complected, and she just had white all over. It was like it would have probably taken her hours to rub that all in. So again, less is more. Massage it in the hand, warm it up, then apply it to your face gradually. And then you can go back in with our Sea Minerals cream to just cream it out, and you should have a beautiful result. As always, I say I'm here for consultation, so you can go on chandaconcepts.com and either call me directly or email me and set up an appointment, and you'll have a consultation, and I will show you step by step how to do it. I will even make a private video for you. So again, less is more in layer. So this much, okay? That was not pressing the pump all the way down, just a little bit. And back of my hand, and you can see this color is a little warm. I have a lot of red in my skin, so I'm actually like an almond. They would call me olive medium light, but I actually am more of an almond, like the color of an almond. And my veins are green and blue, so I'm both cool and warm. So I can go either way with clothing. I can wear warmer clothes, I can wear cooler clothes, but they need to be in the jewel tone. So the lighter pastels need to have some blue in them. So if you're in the same vein where you're kind of neutral, always go more for the cooler, because it will just complement your palette. So since I have so much cool in my skin, right? I'm neutral, but I have this red, you can see. It's okay that I'm going a little bit warm with the foundation, because it's going to neutralize the red, which is going to give me a beautiful, just creamy, even tone. And I'm going a little bit darker because in the summer, like us all, we get some suntan. And if I don't cover my face every day with a little bit more application of sunscreen, then I definitely do tan. I have a lot of melanin in my skin, to be fair, so it doesn't take much for me to go caramel real easy, which is pretty, but I don't tan anymore because I don't want sun damage. So sunscreen, here we go. And you see I'm just rubbing it in like a massage, not pulling on the skin, and working it in. And just kind of gently all over, like so. Okay. And you probably noticed that I didn't really do the forehead, and that's because I really don't need to even any. I'm just blotting off the little bit of perspiration. Got hot all of a sudden. So yeah, so I don't have any discoloration on my forehead. It's really even toned, so I just bring it up through the nose area like so, right here by the eyebrow, and that's it. Again, any fine lines or expressions, I don't want to accentuate. Now, if you have discoloration there, then bring it through, and again, use the Sea Minerals cream, which you can learn about in our other video. I did a step-by-step of all Core 9 products and how to use them simply, easily, quickly. Now, remember I told you I have that spot on my nose, and I have a few little sun pigmented areas right here. So I literally take and I just tap it like this. And because it's a liquid, I'm going to let it set. And what I love about our cream mousse foundation is that it just warms up with the skin and disappears. And unlike cream foundations or liquid foundations that are in bottles and you pour, no matter what you do, you're always going to over pour, and you're less likely to pour it back in the jar. So you're either going to over apply it on your face, or it's going to end up on a napkin, and now you've wasted your product. What I love about this, if you can see, I still have product on my hand. Just a tiny, look, that much. It's going to cover this little here. And I like to do my lip line to make it nice and even. Cupid's bow. Let's work it now. But, less is more in layers. So if you have a dispensing system that is user-friendly and allows you to dispense exactly what you want and not over pour and waste your product, this is it. Also, with all of our products, you can see exactly how much you're using, because the little, what we call the elevator, that little disc is going to move up. You know exactly when you need to reorder. You know exactly how much you're missing. All the guesswork has been taken out. So again, look at this. I just love it. You probably can't. Can you see that little tiny dot? I mean, watch how it spreads. Look at that. That's so much product. And then I'm going to tap. I have to get the mirror a little bit closer so I can do this correctly. And I'm going to let this dry. And then I use a feathering technique. Many of you are already familiar with that word, and what it basically means is, if you notice, it didn't really go all over my nose because I don't really need to. With the vitamin C and the exfoliants that are in the exfoliating spray, it has really softened and smoothed and exfoliated the skin, where these pores that I had that were more open are now closed. So I have a beautiful finish now. So the feathering is applying the product only where you need it, but then blending it in. So I just lightly blend that in to the rest of the skin. Same here. Just feathering it up towards the eye, feathering it in this way. and then you just keep that light finish. It's especially effective when you have a darker spot that you need to camouflage. Instead of making the whole face that one color, right? You can just apply it, let it sit, warm up to the skin, and then feather it in, and it blends in with the rest of the skin. Also, if you have all of your skin the same tone, you're not going to camouflage that area that was darker, redder, or bluer, or that looks bruised, because all the skin is the same tone. There has to be some kind of demarcation, right? There has to be a slight difference, so that you go back over, make it a little bit lighter, and then feather it in, and then it disappears. And that's the beauty of camouflage or camouflage makeup highlighters and correctors, is that they are designed to be feathered in. I like to use the foundation first before I have to use any correctors, because one is just one more step. It takes up more time, and if I can get more done with one, that's what I'm going to do. And that's the premise of our whole concept, is one fluid motion. And so I want to use one product to get as many results as I can. So this particular shade is the MW2, which is a medium warm, like a beige, like a ash. So it's a medium warm cool. So like I was saying before, I'm warm and cool, and so both of those tones colliding make a beautiful balance. So it's all nice and fresh and blended in, and I'm happy. Not only is the skin tone nice and smooth, but it also is feather light. You don't feel like you're wearing anything. And yes, it's buildable. So one of my clients was asking, it's so sheer. And she's like in her 70s, and she says, can I layer it? And I said, absolutely. So after she applied the CHANDA Minerals Collection skincare, she went in with her foundation and she layered it, and then she layered it again, and then she spot touched, and her skin looked phenomenal. Her skin looked plumped out, so any fine lines were diminished. She had this beautiful glow, and I just love a foundation that's going to allow your natural dewy moisture to come through and not hide it. I just, youthful, glowy, healthy, radiant, energized skin has a glow. And so we don't want to map that out. So consider that. And we are a boutique, a cosmetic line. So we only carry a few shades. And I've done my best with all my years in the beauty industry to try to provide for my clients a few products that they will get the most uses out of. So that's for our eyeshadows, our eyeliners, our lip liners, our lipsticks. They're all interchangeable, but there's only like 4 in the line, 4 core colors in the line. And so just like with the foundation, I've made sure that my undertones will meet more people with less product, but we are not so many so much, because I like to keep it very simple for our clients. So we do have limited supplies, and we are not for the mass, because we at Chanda Concepts really, well, I was going to say pride, but we really give great pleasure and feel very privileged to take care of our clients individually, and we never want to lose that high touch with our clients. So it's we keep it small relative to companies out in the market today, on purpose, because we want you to feel like you're really listened to, really heard, and really cared for, and that's our lane. We excel with excellence through being able to provide exceptional experiences and quality care. So that's what we're all about at Chanda Concepts and Chanda Luxury Beauty. And you can find us on Chanda Luxury Beauty Instagram, Chanda Luxury Beauty Facebook, and see all our tutorials all in one place at YouTube, Chanda Luxury Beauty, and on chandaconcepts.com. We have our tutorials and how to do facials, how to do scalp treatments, manicures, pedicures, all in the privacy of your home, your hotel room. Wherever you travel, you can take us with you. So until the next time, you can order your beautiful Mousse Vitamin Infused Foundation today and get started to gorgeous, beautiful, radiant, feather light skin. I hope this helped you, Kat. I love you, and all our clients be blessed and prosper. Till next time, see you. Bye-bye.